Now, today marks the official opening of the 49th National Arts Festival celebrations in Makhanda. Now, Eastern Cape, the thousands of visitors there will be treated to a variety of entertainment, from music, theatre, to dance and comedy. The performers get to showcase their talents. Let's get an update now from Newzroom Afrika's Siphosethu, who joins us live to give us a taste of the things to come. Siphosethu, good morning to you. So this year, I suspect there will likely be more audience that is going to head down to Makhanda, given that we have a much more unrestricted environment as opposed to what we saw during the COVID times.
Definitely, Xoli. And it's interesting times already. We're seeing families making their way inside. And not much is happening just as yet as far as the start of the shows, the different shows like you mentioned, theatre. There's going to be comedy. There's going to be music. The list is endless. And of course, parents can bring their kids here. You must also remember, Xoli, that schools will be closing tomorrow. So this is definitely one of the stops that many visitors as well as residents will be making to this particular place. We are at the monument. This is where some of the theatre shows will be taking place. And joining me now to just give us a taste of what else to expect is Monica Newton, who is the CEO of the National Arts Festival. Monica, thank you once again for making time to speak to us here on Newzroom Afrika. Please just tell us and just give us a sense of what other shows that, of course, the whole family can come and enjoy here at the National Arts Festival in Makhanda.
One of the wonderful things about the festival is that we're able to offer a multidisciplinary array of, as you mentioned, comedy, visual arts. So, as always, there's a great family program. We have the Boston Youth Orchestra joining us on their tour. They will be doing a children's concert, and of course, always so inspiring for kids to see other kids performing on stage. We have some great musicals, Shrek the Musical, Africa Sings, and a wonderful show about the boy who held up the world, which is just about kids learning about how to deal with all the things that they have to deal with in the world today. It was a hit last year, and we've brought it back because it's a really powerful piece and so important for kids to learn through theatre.
And also, I was just going to speak to you about the new shows that are also added to the list. Are there any?
Of course, we always have great premieres. Mamela Nyamza, the incredible Standard young artist for dance in previous years and choreographer and activist, brings Hatched Ensemble for the first time. It's an expansion of a work, Hatched, that she did with us a couple of years ago, and it features dances, it features opera, it's in the Guy Butler Theatre, which is our largest stage, so we're really looking forward to seeing what Mamela brings this year.
The pandemic, it hit a lot of artists as well as the National Arts Festival. Pretty sure it had a negative effect in that regard, but we have a new pandemic, and that is load shedding. So what is the plan in and around the shows and also the times surrounding load shedding, that particular issue? Considering also that Makhanda also has a problem with water. So what's the plan as far as, of course, catering for the visitors as well as the residents throughout the festival?
Well, we are a festival of space, so we design things in accordance with our context. So we learned some hard lessons at Stage 6 load shedding last year. So we are fully set up. We've got backup power at all of our venues. In fact, the footprint of the festival this year has been completely defined by the extent to which we could create venues with backup power. So we've got you covered. Load shedding, no problem. We, of course, have been working with our municipality and authorities like Amatola Water to try and deal with the water situation as best as we can for both the city and the festival. We are a festival that's lived through states of emergency in the 80s, drought, so we're pretty well set up. All of our venues have water supply, but of course we are dependent on our city authorities to provide water, and for the moment things are looking fairly positive, so we're hopeful for a wonderful 11 days where we can welcome visitors from across the world and of course around the country.
How many shows are we talking about? Because I understand in previous years, like we spoke of, you said plus minus 700 shows. This year? How far is it?
This year, our festival is a little bit smaller. We're working in a much more tighter curatorial view to make sure that our festival presents the best possible showcase for the arts. So we're looking at about 240 shows in about 35 venues across the city. So it's still an incredibly rich, diverse program, and I promise you, even if you stayed with us for all 11 days, you still wouldn't be able to see everything on the program.
Monica Newton, only just giving us a bit of a heads up in terms of what to expect here at the National Arts Festival in Makhanda.
Siphosethu Dubois, thank you very much. Well, it looks to be a tantalizing turnout as the Arts Festival begins.